Me ducks, it's Simon here. I hope we're all okay today. I'm here because I've got a walkthrough to do of a really interesting deck. Well, I certainly think it's interesting. It's called the Pulp of Tarot. And yeah, I'd never heard of it before, and full credit to Alex from the channel Lazy Genius Tarot and Bazaar, because he showed it and he said it was one of his, if not the favourite deck for him of 2020. And it's from Drive Through Cards. I will put the information below. I'll also put a link to Alex's video below as well. And he was on a live chat that I was in, I'm going to say about 5 or 6 weeks ago, because this has taken a long time to get to the UK. And I just was so intrigued. I think particularly by one of the expansion cards as well, because it comes with these expansions and there are going to be more expansions, so this is going to be quite a project probably, but the artwork is incredible. I've never seen a deck like this, and as a lot of you know, because I've mentioned before, the decks that I'm buying now need to kind of add something new to my collection. You all know I've got over 500 decks. I don't want to just keep buying, you know, every mass-produced deck that's released. I want to, you know, have something that's intriguing me or stretch me, and something just a little bit different. And this deck certainly ticks all those boxes. I do get decks that are sent for review, and I do buy RWS decks, and I'm never going to change that, because RWS, you know, it's my soul, and I just love it. So I like to see the various kind of iterations and what artists can come up with to represent or enhance, or you know, whatever with Pix's artwork. I'm not talking about RWS systems, I'm talking about, you know, kind of RWS clones. Anyway, do check out Alex's channel, and thank you for helping me with this, because it wasn't easy to kind of navigate my way around, and I actually ended up getting 2 parcels with having to pay 2 lots of postage. Thankfully there was no customs. We seem to be escaping customs so far this year, since the whole Brexit thing. But Drive Through Cards are the people who also make the 1909, which I have a copy and I've got a tin for, which is the art restoration deck. And for some reason I must have looked at this, put it in my cart and not bought it, because it was Justin Michael, my friend Justin, who actually got me that deck. I paid him and he sent it to me. So it must have sat in my cart, and I actually ended up ordering the 1909 and these 2 expansion packs. For some bizarre reason, this didn't go into the cart. And then when I realised what I'd done, I had to then order the actual deck that I was trying to order, and then this 1 expansion card, which is the 1 of eggs, which will become apparent, I hope, as we go through. So let's have a look at the deck anyway. So yeah, Drive Through Cards have these tuck boxes that open at the sides. I mean, they're just kind of folded cardboard. They're not brilliant, but as you can see, they kind of, it's just folded cardboard really. And it even comes with a little chitty that shows you the foldings and everything, but they're okay. They're nothing super, they're not durable or anything like that. I'm assuming this is the front, so there's no titles on the fronts or backs, but you know, you've got this this card here from the Sword Suit, and we have Myrto here, which could be the back. And then on the sides, it's Sean Simmons is the creator of this deck, and it was released last year in 2020, the Pulp of Tarot. That just looks like a Celtic knot kind of bracelet, and we've got some feathers, etc. there. So the box is okay. Now this deck is really unusual because it is, you know, it's the Pulp of Tarot, and it's a mishmash of lots of different kind of what is supposed to be different systems, different artworks from all around the world. So you get some that is in other languages. You've got the Fool here in English, but you've got loads of different languages from all around the world. Printing, you know, is very off-centered. I think that's deliberate. You know, look here, just a very fine white line. This side it's thicker, corners cut off. This side there is a white line, but nothing there. So yeah, I don't think it's bad printing. I believe it's deliberate, and it's the same on Alex's deck as well. So we do get this little title card. We've got some splats of blood. So then that doesn't appear on the backs of the cards. It's just for this this title card. Cards by Sean Simmons. Please enjoy responsibly. So let's have a read. I might need my magnifier for this because the font is tiny. So it says, the Pulp of Tarot is an expansive passion project designed to suggest a makeshift deck built from pieces collected from other decks from around the world, hence the different languages and things. It's as if your funky sister pulled cards from here and there from dozens of decks in order to produce the divination tool that reflected her truest nature. She likes sci-fi, burlesque dancing, arcane mythology, cute animals, gunslingers, barbarians, old gods, detective fiction, monsters, and comic book esoterica. You have a very cool sister. This is a deck that finds itself lost at sea, frozen in the Antarctic ice pack, adrift in space, and unstuck in time. To steal a phrase from, oh, now what's that? Is that Vonnegut? All of the minor and major arcana have the same meanings as before. Some are variations in the old classical designs. Pamela Coleman Smith was the master. Oh, I knew I liked this deck. And others are fever dreamed updates from way out of left field. 4 different colouring techniques were used for numerologists and those who revel in patterns. This deck is more interested in 2s and 3s than in 4s. For example, 3 of the 4 knights have horses, while 2 kings are based on historical rulers, etc. Many actual card readers were consulted throughout the design of this deck. The Pulp of Tarot was conceptualized with new and extra cards in mind, beginning with secret suits and alternative versions, progressing to the super arcana, starting with 24. So there is a card 24, which is Kraken, and that's included in this deck. While these extras must be sold separately, their exclusion due to printing structures in no way reduces the effectiveness of the basic 79 card deck. You do not need to purchase the expansion cards to enjoy the Pulp of Tarot, though these will be available for serious collectors and sideways thinkers. If you have read this far, you deserve to know that 24, Kraken, means that shit is hitting the fan for the querent. Reversed, it means the same, but the querent will merely observe the change rather than feel the repercussions. For questions and comments, then you can contact simmons@gmail.com. So that gives a really good explanation of the concept of this deck. You know, cards taken from all around the world, collection, and we often talk, don't we, about, wouldn't it be great if you could kind of take different cards from different decks and make a super deck? So, and these expansions, there is going to be an expansion to the major arcana. There is going to be super suits. There is also astrological, which I think is this one, which includes the Zodiac. So yeah, so we'll take a look. I think this is one of the super suits, obviously one of eggs, and that will expand over time. All right, so I'm gonna have a sup of coffee and let's take a look at this deck. All right, so here we have our Fool. And again, you know, some of them are based very much, as he said, on Pamela Coleman Smith's original artwork. Here we have somebody who is just about to step off. I like this tree behind. We don't usually see a tree. We have 0 written up here. You know, the Fool is without number. And then he's got his little travel case and he's got these stickers from different places that he's visited. So this is a real traveler, you know, I love New York, etc. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure what this is on the string, whether it's a, I don't know, it looks like a yo-yo or something, which would be interesting. I would have liked, you know, a guidebook. Maybe I'll speak to Alex. I wonder if there's like a PDF or anything. So here we can see, look, this real sort of off-centering, but it's deliberate because look how the arm here and the wing of the dove actually comes out of that border. So it's almost like it's been scrapbooked together. Cool magician card. Interesting that, you know, he's a clown. He's like a magician at a kid's party or something. You know, and here's the 3 cups with the ball underneath. Not very clever when it's see-through cups. Here we have our High Priestess, which is really cool. I love the hands, how they're in the foreground, reaching out. Well, she's kind of, she's over this cauldron, this pot, isn't she? And she's kind of spell casting. Our Empress. She looks like a fierce warrior. The Emperor. Our Hierophant. El Hierophante. We have the staff here we're used to seeing. Religious building in the background with the cross. Our Lovers, that's interesting. That's very sci-fi. And within the expansion packs, as well as being able to increase the number of the major arcana, there are alternative cards as well that you can do a bit of a switcheroo. Chariot is cool. Wow. I'm imagining that Strength, yes. Rebus, I wasn't sure what that was, but it certainly seems to represent, or it could be justice, giving somebody their justice. But yeah, this is the Strength card. I love this artwork, isn't this amazing? Cardstock is really nice as well. Drive-through cards got a bit of bad stick, particularly the 1909, but it's durable, it's flexible. It's got like a linen. I'm not quite sure if that will show. Okay, oh yeah, it does. So you can see there's like a linen finish to these cards, which is really nice. And isn't that amazing, Hermit? There's a light bulb inside his oil lamp. as well as a flying fish. Yeah, so here we've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which we're used to seeing from like Pixie's artwork, but sometimes the title is just upside down. But the Wheel of Fortune, you know, it takes you around. Sometimes you're at the top, sometimes you're at the bottom. So I like that. Look at this. It's like very sort of zombie-ish, just connected with his spinal cord. Oh, I love it. Here we have Justice. Oh dear, she got a dagger. Wow. Hanged Man. And here we have the Death card, which is on the box. Excuse me. This skull with this tongue. It almost looks like an eel or something. Temperance. Really like that. It's kind of nature spirit. Oh, we have Baphomet for the Devil card. Terror for the Earth. Wow. Look at the contrast here. The night sky with the moon, the sun, an angel and devil. That is an epic Devil card. And we have the Tower card. Very sort of steampunkish. The Star. Oh, is that John Wayne? Luna. And the Sun. Wow. I hope there's not a glare. No, there's no glare. I'd imagine, you know, this deck isn't going to be for everybody, but I think it's really unique. Well, you can only get unique. You can't have very unique or fairly unique. You just have unique, don't you? Otherwise it becomes a tautology. But, you know, it's such a unique deck that, I don't know, I'm just really intrigued by it. I can't wait to see how it reads. The World, love that World card. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Dame Darcy's style. And then we have Kraken. So we go from 21 to 24 for Kraken. You know, this is the shit hitting the fan. As you can see with this boat here and this giant squid. So I'm thinking that in the expansion packs, we will have 22 and 23 at least. So Kraken. And then we have our Ace of Cups. Two of Cups, love that. The Three Mermaids. Interesting take. Especially what's happening at the moment with like the Mars landing and things. Oh wow, look at the difference the art changes, how quickly the art changes. But I love that for the Six of Cups, the nostalgia card. 7. She looks like Barbarella. 8. I love this. Really great deck. And then we have our courts. So we have the Page of Cups. Who hasn't got a head above the water? The Cavalier, our Knight. The Queen. And then the King. But look, again, the contrast. Love that. We've just got like the traditional pixie Ace of Wands. And then this, I'm not quite sure what this instrument is. This bird. Personified bird playing this musical instrument. Three of Wands. Trying to figure out what they are. I mean, they've given each other a really good bashing, but can't quite make out what they are. Wow, look at that. I love this card. This one sticks out from the walkthrough that Alex did. The Seven of Wands. See, I would order a tin to put these in, but I'm not sure how many expansions there's going to be, so I'm probably going to have to get a wrap or something for it. We have this Charles Atlas type for the Weight of the World for the 10. I love the feel of these cards, they feel great. Page. The salamander there. And again, the art style just changes quite dramatically. Our Queen and the King. Okay. So we've had Cups and Wands, and now we have our swords. After fighting this giant kind of octopus. The Three of Swords. That almost could be like a poster stuck to the wall by the odd kind of angle and position. Wow. Four of Swords is normally rest, but this is almost like the Nine of Swords, an image you'd see representing that card. Powerful. I think the word, and I'm not down with the kids, but I think the word Alex used for this deck was dope. And I see what he's coming from. Six of Swords from the front of the box. Wow, look at that. There's lots of sea monsters and octopuses and giant squids and things in this deck. It's awesome. every single card is on its own. It's incredible. Maybe we've got something that could have been, you know, painted by Banksy. So we're obviously into our Pentacles suit now. Love that. That's an incredible 5. Really vulnerable, not just the nakedness, but, you know, up to almost his knees in snow, bandages here, extending a hand, wanting some help. Wow. I love how the title is just there, like 9 of Pence. It's kind of Minotaur. But yeah, Rolling Stones kind of logo. The Knight. Queen. And our King. So that's the deck. And, you know, Sean said you can use this deck absolutely fine without the need to buy any expansions. But you know what I'm like, if there's things out there. So I believe this is the Zodiac one. We'll have a look at that in a minute. This is for one of the secret suits. I think this one in particular will tell us the cards that you can switch, and then the additional extras. So oh, we've got a Joker, got a couple of Jokers. We also have a title card. That's cool, because that doesn't come with the original. So that's just the little chitty that comes from Drive-Through Cards. So here, let's have a look at what it says here for this expansion. So it says, this is the world expansion. Contains 2 Jokers. So we saw them, didn't we? 2 Jokers. And that's for gameplay. Plus alternative designs to personalize your base deck, which is this deck. 2 secret suits, eggs and tentacles. So that's one that you have to get separately. And that was only $1, $1. So we have number 22, which is balance. So let's find these additional cards. So we've got our Jokers. Let's pop them there. And then we have the card 22, which is balance. That's 32. We've got quite a few here then. So 20, they're not in any order. In fact, I can't even see. Media. I might be here a while. Oh, here we go. Here's balance. Okay, so that's the balance card. So let's take out the majors. Judgment of World. We'll put our minors here. And then we have card 22, which comes obviously after the World card, which is card 21. And this is a card of stability, no matter which way it lays. So you can see balance is written upside down. So it doesn't matter which way up you have it. But doesn't that fish look weird that way until you turn it round? That is weird. So that's card 22. Then 23 is the Minotaur. I'm glad they said that because I couldn't see a number on the Minotaur card. So let's find that. Oh, I could. It wasn't Minotaur. So card 23 is Minotaur. And that is huge obstacles ahead, but not unsurmountable. Reversed, these obstacles have been narrowly averted, but may rise again. So that's that one. 25 is the media card. So this is card 25. And that is nothing is ever as it is presented. Do not trust the message. I love that for media. Don't trust the message. Reverse, the dishonest one way, be you. Okay. And then we have Cyclops. I think that's like Cyclops. Okay. And that is the angry beast wants his freedom, and it may be your best interest to let him out. Reverse, doing so may backfire. So yeah, she's deciding whether to let him out or not, but there could be consequences if you do in the reversed position. Then we have superorganism. I love how it looks like it's manufactured here, because there's a binary barcode there that you could scan. So that's an interesting take, isn't it? Especially in what's happening at the moment. The tiniest things can have the greatest impact. No kidding. Reversed, they are not worth dwelling upon. So a superorganism. And then the card we have next is the Soul card, card 28. Here we have the Soul card. I love these. I know this video is probably a little bit long, but I'm really enjoying doing it. So your inner world is yearning to shine like a beacon, and reversed, finding your light will be a challenge. And then after the Soul, we have the Observer. It's interesting, look. It's the same as the backs. So the Observer, you are being judged from afar. Reversed, you are the judge of an oblivious party. So that really turns it on its head. Literally, it's reversed. But being judged from afar, if it was that way, you are the one judging a party who is completely unaware. So that's cool. And then we have Druid. So, Druid. Oh, wow, look at these. The little body parts. So, strange machinations are happening above. Could be good luck, or reversed, bad luck. Whoops. Let's put them neat. And then after Druid, we have card 31, which is Vengeance. So Vengeance, this card is all about righting the wrongs. In reversed, it's about forgiving yourself. Love that. See, I'm really enjoying having a little card here, but I guess the reason why there isn't a card explaining the base deck is because, you know, the assumption is we all know tarot. And I suppose if you are buying a deck like this, having some good knowledge and understanding of tarot, I would say, is required. And then we have the Pest Maiden, card 32. The Pest Maiden. Wow, look at that. And the Pest Maiden is the disease bringer, carries a lesson about the dangers of complacency. Growth and learning will immunize you against catastrophe. Reversed, resisting growth will harm more people than just yourself. So open up. Wow. So that is the expansion that takes you, or takes the major arcana from 0 right up to card 32. Okay, so it adds on another 10 cards. Then let's put these here. The remaining cards, let's put the Pulp title card here, are alternative cards that we can switch. So let's have a look. So let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got the World card. So if we go here to our world, we get to choose whether, look at this yolk in the middle. We've got the planet here that's been cracked like an egg, but then inside is it's almost like a fried egg. It is an interesting card, but I think I like this World card more. So I'm going to keep that one. The Devil, I already know, because this devil in here, this Baphomet, and the angel with the moon and the moon and the sun. I love this. This is incredible. It's one of my favorite cards. This is really interesting. I do like it. I really like it, but maybe I have 2 devil cards. No, let's not do that. The Death card. I think I will switch. I think I like this one. I like this one a little bit more, even though it won't now match with the box, but I'm not going to keep it in a box because it's too big for the box now. And then we have, oh, that's 8 of Tentacles. So this is one of the secret suits. We've got tentacles and eggs. We have Lovers here. I like these hands. I like the ambiguity there of who they are. Why am I going all the way back there? It's card blooming 6. Yeah, I really like this. Really, really like this. So that's going in. I think it's fun when you can do this and have your own version of a deck. So we have Queen of Wands here. So that's in the minors. So let's find the Queen of Wands. Which is either that one or that one. I'm going with the original. I like that. Queen of Wands. Here we have 2 of Wands. So that will be either this one, which is quite traditional with the world and the 2. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one. Although now I need to put it back in place. All right. Oh, I love the art of this. Look at this. So this is our Queen of Swords. I love this. So I'm trying to remember the Queen of Swords now. It's going to be tough to replace. Oh no, that was the page. Okay. Yeah. This Queen of Swords is going in. This is amazing artwork. I love it. I know there's the flapper skin that's been, you know, pierced here, but I love it. Then we have this card. which is 1. So it's our Ace of Swords. I liked the Ace of Swords here. Stick with that. 5 of Pentacles. Oh no. I loved that 5 of Pentacles, but I also love this. Ah, dear. I don't think I can change. I don't think I can change that. No. This is epic. I wish it was another card. I love it. Oh, I'm intrigued by this white rabbit. So this is, it actually says, that actually, I don't know if you can see it, it says foo, F-O-O, but it's the 2. 2 of Pentacles, we've got that balance there, haven't we? So let's have a look at our Pentacles. Number 2. It's really hard when you get 2 images that you really like, but I'm going to go with that one. And then we have the Empress. Where's my... Now then. This one, I think. I like that one. But something very... Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm feeling that. So this is our 2 of Eggs. So one of the expansion packs here is for this secret suit. So we've got 1 of Eggs, 2 of Eggs. That will build up, as will the suit of Tentacles. That's the 8. And then here, this last card, which this was the deal breaker. I mean, ducks, my coffee, I love Starbucks. I just had to. And this one is our Page of Cups. And Page of Cups is my significator card. So this, you know, if I said to a tarot artist, I'm the Page of Cups in the tarot, represent me. I'm in a duck and a Starbucks coffee cup. Pretty much spot on. And, you know, the fact that I'm always buying, you know, 500 decks, 300 DVDs. I'm a consumer whore. So I love that card, and I was like, that's it, I'm buying it. So Cups was our first suit. Cavalier. And there's the Page of Cups in the original, but there's no way, no matter what card that would have been, am I not using this one. So we now have, oops, let's keep them in order for now, a base deck that will be 88 cards. Okay, starting with our Fool, going all the way through. I've switched some that I like more than others. And then when we get to, where are we? The World, we then carry on with Balance and Minotaur, Media, Cyclops, the Superorganism, Soul, the Observer, the Druid, Vengeance, the Pest Maiden, Kraken. Oh no, Kraken, it needs to be in the 24th position, doesn't it? Because that came with the other pack. So Balance is 22, 23, Kraken is 24, and then 25 for Media. So that is our, or mine, base deck, okay? 88 cards. And then these, I'll keep to one side because these are the 2 extra suits, 1 of eggs, and the tentacles, 8 of tentacles. And like I say, there's lots of tentacles in this deck, so I'm glad that they're getting their own suit as well. And then the only thing to show you now, and I bought it because I want to support this artist and the artwork is incredible, is the Zodiac. And I think it's called something like the Bone Zodiac or something like that. Yeah, the Bone Zodiac. This 15 card expansion set weaves the Bone Zodiacs into the Pulp of Tarot deck, where various cadavers represent the classic star designs and are intended as signifiers for the querent. All cards also feature elements and planetary associations and can also be woven into the basic deck for an extra layer of uncertainty. Included here are 12 designs plus alternative versions of Taurus, Gemini and Virgo. Okay, so wow, look at that. I mean, I guess you'd have to know the symbols to represent the Zodiac. But it's pretty awesome. Well, there's Libra. I know Libra, my own sign. I love this as well, the dead human heart being measured against the feather, you know, relating to Mart and the goodness of the soul, etc. Wow, I love that. So they're pretty cool. I don't know if I'll weave them into the tarot. So it's a bit like Minky Arte, isn't it? Where you can have extra element cards and zodiac cards, and I tend to not read like that because I don't know enough about astrology, etc. But they're cool to have as a little set. So there we have it. That is the Pulp of Tarot. I love the concept. I love that you can change some cards. I love that you can expand a couple of jokers as well if you wanted for gameplay, a title card, and then also the 2 super suits that you'll make your own meanings up for, which is eggs and tentacles. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Sorry it's been a long one, but I quite enjoyed being able just to sit down and go through these. So thanks for watching, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.